Hey again, it's Jennifer with NorthwestStamper.com, and today I have some fun stuff from the holiday catalog that I want to share with you. Now, what I have here is a bunch of stuff from the new Stampin' Up! Holiday catalog. It came out September 1st, goes through January 3rd of 2017. And what I usually do with catalogs when they come out is I do what I call a product sampler. Now, what that means is that as you flip through the catalog, you'll usually see a whole bunch of really cute papers and accessories and things that you're like, man, that looks really fun. How in the world am I going to be able to decide what I want to get? So this way, you don't have to decide because what you get is a little bit of everything. Now, so I am putting together my first set of product samplers. I am still accepting orders for them as I'll be doing this through the middle of October. So as more people are interested, I will get more shares together and I will be able to send them out to you. So make sure you visit my website. It's the link the URL should be right here. It's www.nwstamper.com/HC sampler, so holiday catalog sampler. But since I have this stuff here, why not show you what's going to be there? Because again, the whole point of why I do this is because when you're, besides the fact that you probably want to try a little bit of everything, it can be really hard to look in the catalog and sit there and go, you know, hey, this paper looks cute, but trying to really get a feel for what do those patterns actually look like in person. Like these little speckly ones that look kind of like sugar cookies. It's hard to tell until you get it in front of your face that there are little trees in here. Like there's really fine details to some of these patterns that you can't really tell from the catalog. So let me show you what there is so you can get a good feel for it. I will also at the end be sharing some fun cards that go along with some of the papers and the stamp sets. I actually have a whole nother pile here, but I'm going to get through this stuff first. So let's get started. And I will probably start, there's all kinds of things. I have ribbons and buttons and accessories, but I'm going to start with paper. So in the holiday catalog, I probably shouldn't have put the glitter paper on first, but we'll just start with the specialty papers because there are a bunch of pattern papers, but there's also the specialty paper. So well, I probably don't have to take this out. You can tell this is the glitter paper. It is gorgeous. It is pumpkin pie. So it's perfect for all of your fall and your Halloween projects. You get 2 sheets in a pack and really you won't be sad. This one's really, really awesome. So you get one of the 6x6 sheets of that in the sampler. And then in here, we have a new foil paper, which is copper. How pretty is that? This stuff embosses like a dream. And you can cut it up or use it as layers. In fact, one of my cards, which is hiding, I'll show you later. It's buried under a big pile that's about to fall over. Uses this just as a layer. See, now I'm really curious. Oh, here we go. So, if you can see, maybe it's hard with this little piece here. This was on my blog yesterday, but you can use the copper as a pretty layer as well. So the copper foil, you'll also get a 6x6 of that. And then we can get into our pattern papers. Now, we'll start with, this is the one that I was showing just a second ago. This is the Candy Cane Lane pattern paper. It's a regular designer paper. So you have these little houses. On the back side, you have these are little red gumdrops. The whole palette is really a crumb cake and white, espresso, and real red. This is those speckles that I was telling you about. I don't know if I can get it close enough that you can see that there are little tiny trees in there. There's white, red, and green trees along with the little sprinkles. And then you have your candy cane stripes. And then we have red that's the same sort of thing with, this is a very pretty sort of vintagey candy cane and lace sort of look. We have our mint candies with icing on the back. This fun gingerbread men and candies. with more striping on the back, and then this really fun kind of espresso. This one is really good for cutting out if you're somebody who loves fussy cutting, to cut out and make really cute accents and embellishments. Same for these trees. They're really good for cutting them out. And then you have kind of a snow and crumb cake back. So that's the candy cane lane. In the samplers you get a 6x6 of each pattern that's in here. Let's see. We also have, I'm going to stick with we have one more pack that's just kind of a basic, a non-specialty pattern paper. This is the pines, and I'm going to have to look, presents and pine cones. I had to look it up. So this one is kind of a more, well, I mean, it's traditional colors, but a little bit less. So you have all these pines and presents with this mint in the background. You have a Dijon speckles and stars. Can you see that? Hopefully. That is on the back is this red, which is very pretty. We have the branches and pine cones with the green and red stripes. You have bows. Those are little bows. So cute. And fun little Christmas trees. Pine cone accents with red. And then you have some bells. Again, these are another ones that would be cute to kind of cut out or punch out to make a nice accent. And the holly berries. So it's a good kind of, it's like I said, it's more because you have that sort of Dijon yellow and mint greens, and Emerald Envy, that's the other, that's why it was like the other green that's less of a traditional Christmas green, but is a really fun option. So those are the two regulars. Then we get into our specialty papers. So this first one here is our specialty Halloween. Now the reason why it's specialty is because it has your normal double-sided, so black with orange. It's nice because it has a lot of neutral patterns, so you could use it, and you could use this for anything. And then you have, this one is more Halloween, obviously, because you have the bats. And your orange and black stripes. We have, whoops, obviously I missed, that must be the pumpkin. Yep. We have the pumpkins, the back to the orange, some more speckles, and some more stripes. Again, these are great for fall or Halloween. Oops. Yeah. So we have, I'm turning this all the wrong way, sorry. The haunted houses with more bricks. And then this is where we get into the specialties. So this is a black with a silver foil of the spider webs. It is one-sided, as with most of these foiled papers. And then you have a black with silver speckles or polka dots. So you have some neutral fall Halloweeny, and then you have some definite Halloweeny, and then you have those specialty papers. Now with this you get a 6x6 of all of the double-sided papers, and you get a 3x6 of all of the specialties in the sampler. So there's that one. And then similarly we have one that's a little bit more fall-esque, and that is this Petals and Paisleys, which is really pretty. This is one that, it goes with this Paisley stamp set, and it's, so there's a lot of detail to it. So you have houndstooth, and then you have the Paisleys. There's in razzleberry, those houndstooth. And then I just love this pattern. I think it's very elegant, and it could go really well with the Petals and Paisleys. It also makes me think of our Moroccan Nights stamp set as well. Like, I think you could do a lot with it. You have kind of a nice multicolored stripe, and there's more of that pattern but in yellow. A nice subtle razzleberry pattern with some of that what was it, quatrefoil pattern. If some of you knows what that actually is called, let me know. This beautiful paisley and sort of a vine. And then we get into our specialties. Now this one, the Halloween was black with silver. This has some vanilla with copper. I don't know if you can tell the copper polka dots. And then this is my favorite. I love it. It's that paisley pattern, but on Night of Navy with copper. So it's really scrumptious. That's what I will call it. Delicious. So there is that. I want to make sure I said that right. Yep, Night of Navy. every now and then I see the new Dapper Denim and I want to say that it's the other, but it's not. Okay, so then the final 12 by 12, this is a specialty paper, but you do get some of each because it's specialty in a different way. Now if you look in the holiday catalog, it talks about this as being embossed, and so I thought that this was like the Color Me Irresistible and some of those heat embossed, so it's a clear glossy embossed, so you do emboss resist. Nope, this is dry embossed paper. Now I'll probably have to hold this up pretty close so that you can get more of a sense of it, maybe, hopefully. So this one here is kind of a leafy pattern. So you get the deboss side and the emboss side. And I'm going to just pull these out so it's going to be way easier to look at. And then we have stripes. I don't know if you're being able to see this or not, but I'm hoping you are. Stripes. We have these very cute little 4 dots to make little, I don't know, call them little flowers, little crosses. We have this neat background. Can you see that? Hopefully. Then we have this one that makes me think snowflakes. I think it's supposed to be snowflakes. And then we have this one that's sort of like a grid of stars. I think this would be great for all of your holiday cards. Now, so this is dry embossed. Now it's great for some cards. I of course don't know where my one sample is that uses it just plain, so it gives you texture. So it's like heat embossing without actually having to do the heat embossing. Or you can do things like this where you sponge it. I used these sponge rollers, the new brayers, sponge brayers, excuse me. And all you do is you just run it across the top and it gives you color and it brings out the raised edges. So that sort of emphasized that pattern for me. So this is the Fancy Frost specialty and you get a 6x6 of each of the patterns in there. Okay, so paper scoot. Oh wait, there's one more paper. Why do I forget? There's a little stack. So there is the Warmth and Cheer stack. This is the very oh so cozy paper pack. Everything has kind of this, it's interesting, this texture here, it makes me think of denim every time I look at it, even though it's colored, but I kind of love it. So there's a stamp set that coordinates, and I'll show you some samples with that in a minute. That is meant to go with a stitching project kit, but I loved it for just using it with anything. In fact, when I ran my Northwest Crafty Escape weekend retreat this last weekend, I actually gave everybody the stamp set that kind of matches that same sort of texture, the Stitched with Cheer stamp set, because I loved it so much, and all of our make and takes used it because it's awesome. So even if you don't like the stitching kit, I think you should consider the stamp set because it's awesome. Okay, so let's look at the accessories. Shall we start with ribbon? So there's some great ribbons. Let's see. There's a lot, interestingly, this holiday catalog, there's a lot of ribbons that come in sets, which is not, I'm not as used to. They've started doing this more in the last couple of years, and now they're doing it a lot, it turns out. So I'll pull some of these out, but I'll start with, this is the rope trim. Now, if you see this in the holiday catalog, you might be like me and think, why do I need rope trim? That looks big and bulky, and that's going to be really hard to work with. Turns out it's very cute. Here, I actually have one open already since I bought it for a demonstrator event that I ran, the Northwest Stampin' Share, and I used this on all of the treat bags that everybody got for the all attendee gifts, and I used it to tie it. But as I was tying it, I was like, man, this is way softer and way more useful than I expected. So it's this thin trim, and it's thicker obviously than a baker's twine, but it's not that thick. I can actually imagine using this on cards, and it's very soft and it's a pretty neutral. So while I often will reach for my burlap, this is going to be a good other option. So I love it and really like it. The other one that I was in love with is this Real Red Stitched Edge ribbon. Now again, this is one that I love so much that I had to buy my own, and I've been working my way through. I don't know if you can see the difference here on how much I've been using up mine, just because I use it on practically all my holiday projects. I don't know why I feel the need to, but I do because it's soft and amazing. So you have this ribbon. It is beautiful and I love it. And you'll get a yard of that. Then let's get into the trio packs or multi-packs. This one, see, they call the names. They don't have very exciting names. They have, this one is the 3/8" ribbon trio pack. Not very exciting. However, it's great ribbon. So this is, I won't say it's a grosgrain ribbon. It's instead, I of course cannot get this open on the fly very well, but it is a softer ribbon than you might expect. Oh, I should have done this in advance, shouldn't I, guys? That's what you get, real me, being real slow, apparently. Okay, so it's a little bit, I don't know what you would say. I'd say it's a nice weight. The nice thing about it is it's thin and it's flat. So it's really great for adding onto your cards without adding a bunch of bulk to your cards. It also probably will be really good for tying because it's flat. But it's very flexible. So you get a 3 set that has Rich Razzleberry, the Mint, and the Delightful Dijon. So that's the ribbon trio pack, the very exciting name. Then we get into another exciting named one, but much more exciting ribbons, which is the 3/8" Silky Taffeta Ribbon Combo Pack. Now this comes in Cherry Cobbler and Emerald Envy, which is fun. Now this one, oh, really ribbons. Is anyone else like me? You like try to open it takes forever to open them up. In fact, I leave off the plastic nowadays because it's just too much to try to take it off and put it back on each time. There we go. Okay. So now this ribbon, it's an interesting, not quite a satin. So it's, whoops, wrong way. It has a little bit of texture to it. The edges are where it's shiny. The inside is more matte. The outside is more shiny. But it has these beautiful colors and it's a great width. It's kind of almost the weight of your, just slightly heavier than your seam binding ribbons. I mean, it is the taffeta, but it's not a really thick one as well. But the color combination really can't be beat. So there's that guy. And then there's the one that everybody is falling in love with, and that is the sparkle ribbons. This comes in the Sweet Sugar Plum, and it comes with silver. Comes in a duo pack. I'll show you this way because it's a little bit easier to see. This is the sparkle ribbon. If you got the Pool Party sparkle ribbon in the Occasions catalog, same type of stuff. It's the very flat ribbon. It's not sticking up. The sparkle is all woven. It's just a woven thread that comes in those two. Okay, then we get into our Baker's Twines. We have the Halloween Baker's Twine that has gray and pumpkin pie. They both have black. It's black instead of white, and then with basic gray, and then with pumpkin pie in the duo pack. Again, that one is fun for all kinds of projects. We have our Candy Cane Lane. Each of these, if you do the product sampler, you get 5 yards of each of these, so you get plenty for your projects. This has real red. And then this is really, I don't know if this is easy to see in the catalog or not, but let's see if that focuses. There is glitter in here. So it's a red glitter twine instead of red with the white. So there's that guy. And then there's these that I used this weekend. This was another one that I gave as part of my retreat, and I love it. Now this is, oh, what do they call it? Baker's Twine Trio Pack. Again, very exciting name here. But it has Garden Green, Cherry Cobbler. Both of these are the regular weight. They're of Baker's Twine. They're a solid colored Baker's Twine, but they're the same weight as opposed to the thick Baker's Twine that has started to come out. Then you get gold Baker's Twine. This is solid, the solid gold twines. So you don't have to worry about them coming untwisted like we did with the one that had vanilla and gold twirled together. And this, if you've tried using the metallic threads and have gotten frustrated because they're very thin and small, Or if you just like the idea of adding metallic that's just going to stand out a little bit more, or that you can easily tie a bow or something with, this is going to be your buddy. Man, I know so many people who have bought this pack just so they could get the gold, because it is kind of fantastic. So those are your ribbons. And then we'll get into our accessories. We have, this is not actually part of the product sampler, but I had it, so I thought I would. I don't think it's part of the product sampler. Maybe I'll throw it in if you get some of the if you get a little bit of everything, I'll throw in some of this. So these are the mica flakes. They are they're in with the shaker card. So I of course have now buried and lost my holiday catalog. So let's see if I can do this. Here we go. So there is in here, and it's funny how many people have kind of passed right over it. There is a new stamp set and die set here that is the Shake and Celebrate. And it has these dies that cut out holes in your paper. Like they all are, it's one die, but it cuts out these holes so you can make it into a Christmas tree or into a birthday cake or wedding cake or whatnot. It's meant for shaker cards. And it has a really great selection of stamps, so you could really make it any time of year that you have celebrations. But that's why they came out with these mica flakes, is so that they were just a fun, different texture to put in your shaker cards. And it comes with gold, a white, and then the green. And every time I see this green, I'm like, I've got to do something fun for St. Patrick's Day. But since Halloween's coming up, I probably should do Halloween, but my brain just keeps automatically going to St. Patrick's Day. But, so the mica flakes are in here, easy to miss. These, since I'm here on this page, I don't have my sample with me, but these houses, super stinking adorable. But I will tell you, each house is only like that tall. They are not huge. So they are very cute. It says the largest image is 5 3/8 by 4 3/4. So basically think it's less tall than as tall as a card, or a little bit smaller. So they're not huge, but they are so adorable and worth the fun. Okay, we also have mini tassels that are already done for you, so you don't have to do the work if you love the idea of tassels. We have these wonderful Halloween night epoxy dots. They have 2 sizes in each color. The Perfect Plum, the Old Olive, and the Pumpkin Pie. You get 2 of each size if you're doing this as a sampler. And then let's get to these super cute little embellishments. Oh, where to even begin? I'll start with the jingle bells because they make me happy. These are little jingle bells. And they are just these really cute, tiny. They do have a little jingle. You probably can't hear it, but they have a little jingle in each one. And they come in red and silver. There's 60 of them in here. You'll get some of each color in the sampler. Here, I'll leave it open so you can see how cute it is. You have these mini pine cones, which are my favorite. Well, here, I'll do it in here. They are adorable. So, and they have the little loop on the top, so you can easily run a piece of twine or ribbon through it and attach it to your projects. If you're on my newsletter mailing list, I had a project that showed one of these on it, and it just really kind of it really set off the card, I think. Then we have the Christmas trinkets, which everyone is kind of dying over because they are amazingly detailed little silver pieces. Let me try to put them on here so you can kind of see each of them. And you get one of each of these. Again, they have the little loop so you can tie a twine through it, tie it to. So you have the bells, you have the little snowman, or not snowman, gingerbread man, wow, and then the holly berry leaves. And these bells, I just have to say, it surprises me when I grab them because they are, oh, focus on me. Me, please. Okay, it's not going to want to focus, but they are big. Well, big in terms of they're not flat. They actually have dimension to them. So, all of these, so pretty much everything I showed you, you will get in a product sampler if you decide to purchase a product sampler from me. Just don't forget to do it before October 15th. So you get a little bit of everything so you can see them all in person, try them out. It's especially great for some of these little trinkets and things where they're so stinking cute, but you're not sure how you'll use them or how much you'll use them. It's great just to get a few to try. Now, since you're here, I'm going to show you some projects too. So I showed you this one, and then this is using some of that ribbon that I told you I love, and this is that candy cane lined paper, but I was using the candy cane Christmas stamp set to go with it. This was from my demonstrator event. And then this is another one. This will be on my blog soon. I don't have the stamps. I was borrowing it from a friend, which is why I won't show you the stamps for it. But this is the Jolly Hat from the Jolly Hat stamp set. Here, maybe I should just pull it up for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Here, Jolly Friends, excuse me. The Jolly Friends stamp set that has the matching Jolly Hat Builder Punch. And this is where the little jingle bells, they've been putting them on the ends of the hats as one of their things that are really cute. But here is that moose. That moose he just makes me happy. So using that Builder Punch. Okay, so let's see what else I can show you over here. So when I talked to you about the Halloween items, so the paper, and then this is that Baker's Twine. There's the Spooky Fun stamp set. It does have a set of coordinating dies, but it's great for all kinds of things. I liked it because it had words and images, and it even had layering images. So I used it for a little treat bag. So this is a little bag that we just used the pattern paper, tied it up with some twine, and it was really cute and good to go. Because I was sitting there thinking that would be perfect for my kids' classes if we were doing Halloween treats or a party, all kinds of fun things. There is the extremely popular Cookie Cutter Christmas. It has a coordinating punch so you can punch out, and it punches out all of these people. This down here is a bear. If you put the little bear's face and ears, he is adorable. And then this reindeer, flip this guy over and he punches out the reindeer head. The reindeer has been my favorite way to use it, but you can do some things like using the little gingerbread men, and I use the little bow for a little girl. And then there is some of that Candy Cane Christmas paper. We have the Santa Sleigh stamp set. Now this has a bunch of framelets and intricate framelets. You can go really simple, which is what I did here, where I just did the reindeer. I have another card coming out probably next week that will show you using the sleigh and the reindeer to make really great stuff. And then it has its own little tree. You can either cut out the stamped image or just use it for a simple tree. The Sweet Seasons. This is one that has a bunch of holiday sentiments. That's where this came from. In Everything Give Thanks. And I love the little details. But each of these are meant to go with a different sweet. So the Sugar Spice, You're Oh So Nice, goes with that Candy Cane Christmas. And Everything Give Thanks. This sort of image here goes great with those paisley and petals. Merry Everything Happy Always. That goes with those pine cones and those. The one that I showed you early on, the pattern paper. A Happy Heart Makes for Happy Christmas. This would go great with that Warmth and Cheer paper. So each of these really coordinates with a sweet in the catalog, or it's great on its own as well. Now, here is the Stitched Christmas. This is the one that I was telling you about, Stitched with Cheer. It goes officially with this stitched card kit. I, of course, don't know where I set the pouch that had, oh, here we go. This is a project kit that is in the holiday catalog. It makes, I believe it's 15 cards. I think it's 5 of each of these patterns. And so, and I was like, oh man, that seems like so much work. It's not. It's pretty easy. There's just a little tiny bit of stitching. They already have the holes for you. They give you a needle, and the thread is already pre-measured for you. And really, really, that's so cute. So it's way easier than you may think. But even if you don't feel like doing the whole kit, this stamp set is awesome. It is great for a number of things. Like I said, I did make and takes. I did 4 different make and takes. Some holiday, some not, using this. Here was one that I loved using that. I just love this little knitting or I'm not a crochet knitter, but whatever that is, that knitting there, I loved using it. And I like the sentiments. Here's another one with the little punched bear using the Fox Builder punch. There's that jolly hat again. Oh, and this cable knit. Oh my goodness, people. Have you seen that cable knit embossing folder? Oh, be still my heart. It's amazing. So, so this is great standing on its own or as part of the kit. So there's that guy. Let's see. Totally trees. Okay. It's not exactly holiday, but it's fantastic. Here's an example of one card we did at the event. Here's another one I did at a class. So it's not just holiday. It can be used for anything, and really the opportunities are endless with that guy. I've yet to be sad for having that one. And here's the last one I was going to share with you. This is the Hang Your Stocking stamp set. Has a matching die set, so you can do fun things like this. And that Noel there, that comes with the dies for the stitched stocking, or the Hang Your Stocking dies. So there are stamps, and then there are different die cuts, so you can make like the little toes and the cuff. You can cut out the holly berries, or you can just do all of this stamping. So this is another fun set. And in fact, I'm doing a holiday helper tutorial set that'll be for sale down the road, that has showing you how to use this not just for Christmas, but for other times of the year as well, if you can believe it. So there you have it. Tons and tons of great stuff from the holiday catalog. Really, I just had to restrain myself for how much I was getting and just start using and posting the samples because I've been just having too much fun with it. But if you're like me, like I said, and you have lots of things that you think are really cute and you love, consider doing a product sampler with me, because then you can get a little bit of everything. Getting 5 yards of each of the twines, getting a yard at least of each of the ribbons, getting a 6x6 sheet of each of the patterns, a few of the embellishments. You'll have enough to really go find your favorite Pinterest projects or your inspiration or things you see in the catalog and give them a try and figure out which ones you love and which ones you're like, that was fun, but I'm probably not going to do too much more. You can be happy that you don't end up with an extra, 15 of these little pieces when, you really probably only were going to use 3. So if you have any questions, let me know. Make sure you're checking out my blog, www.nwstamper.com, because I have many of the projects that I have shown you here are going to be up on my blog with better pictures and more details. As well as I will be doing videos for some of these projects and other projects as well. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel here so that you will be notified and get a chance to see when I have new videos posted. Because now that my setup is all set up, more will be forthcoming. So thanks so much for sticking with me, tuning in. I hope you have lots of fun and have a great time, and happy stamping. Take care.